The trouble with primitives in any art form, painting, poetry, or music, is that they come a dime a dozen.
Dime a
over
dozen.
in the streets. Anyone can present himself as a primitive when they might be quite simply untalented, or just lazy, or money-minded, or all three at once.
Oh, good start. And welcome to the LeafCast, the most professional and on point Wheel of Time first time reader show you can find this side of the Mississippi. My name is Ryan, and I am the best brother.
I am Ryan's brother Dan, and what is it? The presence of a real bed after so many weeks makes me forward as a farm girl at harvest.
Nice. Well done. And we are the LeafCast, and this is episode 120, mother effing 5. That's right, we are covering Lords of Chaos, chapters
1 1/4?
37 through what are we doing, brother? 43 through 49. That's what we're doing. God, I have not messed that one.
Ryan, this is episode 1 1/4.
1 1/4. Yes,
this is 10 bits.
You could buy at Skittles with this episode.
Really? A Skittle.
Maybe one Skittle. I don't know. At inflation, I don't shop. I don't shop.
I think that's the age of the oldest person.
I just will Japan. Things that happen. I manifest
every day.
Dan, I don't shop. I manifest.
Yes.
By running out with shit.
Ryan's part of the whole prosperity gospel. He just prays.
I'm more the quiverful gospel. For the Dan, I'm a quiverful. You know about the quiverful movement?
Is it involve tank tops?
It involves just boning as much as possible and having as many little Christian babies as you can. Quiverful. Look it up. Meet me at the next con. Speaking of quiverful, you know him. To know him is to love him, and anyone who met him at the con wants to make more arrows in his quiver. Let's bring him in. Joshy Poo.
There's our little cute thing. And
just finished.
Do you remember when Josh? Do you remember when Josh cosplayed as the cover art with that shirt the other day?
This is the way.
The slutty shirt.
That was.
Rand is rocking it. Yeah.
Here we go.
Ryan, that shirt. Let's talk about that shirt just a tiny bit.
Yeah, like tell us about this. How did this come about, Ryan?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, okay, so I have an affiliate link with the Best Brother Industries. They saw me as the Best Brother. They reached out to me. I'm going to be selling these shirts, hand sewn. I'm going to sign them.
Ryan, I will say that you are my best brother.
No, can I get a the? Can I just get a the?
My best brother.
No, can I get the? All right, well, there's no one better than MaTsDaGgerX, Josh and Beanie Grok. Oh my goodness!
Goodness!
MaTsDaGgerX is the best brother.
Look at the precedent. MaTsDaGgerX is starting already. We all want to be just like MaTsDaGgerX. What is the X for? Is that because you're horny?
It's because he's
is that dark. You do the X? Yeah, because it's that.
Is it that, or is it the stopper at the top of the dagger? I'm not sure.
The stopper at the top of the dagger.
The jewel?
No, the
hilt?
On the hilt. Yes.
I call that the cervix.
The cervix.
Ryan's in fuego.
Hey, I am.
Ryan knows what he finds when he goes up in there. No joke. And Ryan, I do have to disagree about something from the intro, as usual.
Yeah, okay,
we're on both fucking sides of the Mississippi, you asshole.
I know, that's why it's funny.
Yeah. No, it's not. No.
No one knows what side I'm talking about. It could be the above the Mississippi and not below it. So that's
true. That's true.
Thank you.
What if you're actually on the Mississippi?
Well, then we're definitely not the best show.
There's a better show on the Mississippi right now?
Definitely.
Oh, on one of them boats with the big wheels?
Them boats.
Those big wheel boats.
Those wheels are just like cosmetic, right? They don't do shit.
All right, so no. I got into a little YouTube thing and was watching. They used to do these riverboat races, Ryan, like these steamboat riverboat races.
Are people just running on top of the wheels?
No, they were dangerous as fuck because they had these big boilers. So they were just throwing in heat,
whatever they could find.
Steaming it up. Yeah. The boilers are all clang, 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 boom, boom, boom. You know, they would explode. People would die. and the riverbanks, like people would come. It was like their NASCAR, Ryan.
That sounds amazing. I like the idea of them just actually standing on top like the cartoons would, running on
the wheels. I knew what you were talking about, Ryan. Like an external hamster wheel.
Yes, absolutely. You never miss a rung. It's all good.
See, I always think, what if you were like strapped to one of those planks? You could survive for a bit because you would just only have to hold your breath for like a little bit.
You're going Game of Thrones. Well, I mean, okay, and then on the way up, okay, But
infinitum.
But like everything's splashing around. It'd be like a water torture. It'd be like a.
It would be rough, but
it would be
doable.
Rough.
I think I could do it.
It'd be the old Mardi Gras water torture. Sailing down there, yeah.
Yeah.
I never did.
Oh.
I never did once.
Joe's here.
Hey yo! How do you actually say that? Hey you, hey yo, hey yo. He you. Oh. Okay.
That's actually an island in near Indonesia. Hey, oh.
Let's
Good
get into
surfing
Nice.
Yeah. All right. With that bad joke.
Hey Ryan, will you please crank your gain down just a hair?
My gain.
Yeah, so we're not getting as much background white noise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
I was wondering what that was.
That was you.
Sorry, guys.
And, chapter 43 is called The Crown of Roses. The Crown of Roses is the inn that all the Aes Sedai from Saladar actually is hanging out at. This is a Marana point of view. Marana Sedai is ostensibly the leader of this embassy. She's the one that makes the rules per se, but Varen and Alana showing up adds a little wrench to it because she's not technically the boss of them.
Well, she's also not technically the most powerful in the hierarchy of sisterly power. Which comes to the surface, I think, with Varen more than anyone else. But
are they just basically having like a pheromone off, and they just stand there like, like peacocking? Is it just all pheromones?
Go on.
That's how they determine who's leading. It's just like they just stand. They just live in the pheromone, like the
Sidaromones.
All right. Serious question: do Aes Sedai menstruate?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I would guess yes.
Yeah. But what do they call it?
You don't see a lot of little
it...
baby Aes Sedai running around, so
you see
maybe
none. Yeah.
What you're saying? Aes Sedai can't have babies? Is that what we're talking about?
Is channeling an effective form of birth control?
To me, it is. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
No, that's the rhythm method, Ryan, and
the three oaks,
something different.
Maybe it just kind of oats their ovaries. I don't know. I would hope that being able to channel would be kind of like, would be able to settle the tummy during this inconvenient few days.
That's good. Why would they not?
No, I'm saying, we've never heard of it.
But I think Joe has the best point here. Can you imagine if all of their periods synced up and they had...
That's what they do in the White Tower. They have the Moon Day. They don't talk about it. It's Moon Day. Everything shuts down.
I would hate to be around on the few days leading up to that.
There's just a lot of... that's why they accepted wear the white. Anyways.
All the warders are like... nowhere to be found on Moon Day.
Well, Mr.
No, I'm wondering, Dovie. No, for real. If we don't, they don't.
I was gonna say about shitting.
Ever getting birth. They talk about accepted and novices perhaps getting pregnant, but they never, that I remember, talk about an Aes Sedai ever giving birth.
But they also don't talk about shitting, but we assume they shit. This is a great point. That was a point I was going to make, Dovie.
But there's no babies. There's no. I mean, no. Come on. This is the valid point. The IEO obviously can birth. I'm wondering if Aes Sedai are. If there's something with the rod, man.
Well,
It's
I mean, I could.
Question.
All right, they could get so stressed out they just stop having their period because they're so gnarly being an Aes Sedai.
Yeah, scrubbing pots. So much.
Just constantly
So many
running
pots.
here to there. All right, well,
I think we're gonna have to mark this as a read and find out.
yes, they have their abortion tea. They call it abortion tea.
It's
You don't remember that reading about that?
it's abor, capital T.
Uh huh. You're not allowed to mail it anymore.
All right, let's go on. Instead of abortion tea, they have berry tea. They actually have quite a few teas in this in today's discussion. There's a berry tea, there's a melon and mint tea.
Mint tea. Yeah.
There's all kinds of teas going on.
That's a really good point, Reese.
Yeah, I agree, Reese.
So I was gonna say, like, maybe that just if they want it, they can turn off and on like a faucet. Also, rarely.
Wait.
What?
The image you just put in my head was not comfortable, right?
Okay. Uh huh.
Apologize to me.
I'm sorry. Best
No,
brothers always
okay.
apologize.
All right.
You even got
So they
Nomen
have-
Garden.
they have
You made
some-
Nomen Garden become serious, Dan. Let's never go there again.
Me?
That's not. Yeah, he's like being all normal. What's happening?
Yeah. I don't know. He's like, hey, fellas, take it easy. So Alana, or actually, so they get back to the place. There's like a little private meeting. He's like, all right, you guys come with me. We're gonna have this like separate meeting, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And talk to Alana. Alana's like, oh, he's got this wound in his side. They're like, yeah, that's what it feels like to have a warder. You feel their wounds, dummy. She's like, yeah, that, I don't know. Okay.
This is something
shrug.
different.
Shrug. They discussed that they were planning on perhaps taking Maureen's place. And later we hear that they had wanted like 3 or 4 advisors around him. They're just kind of, scared about their place in the whole fucking thing. They've been taking 3 of them every day to kind of go down there. And they're just kind of wondering what to do. Varen is kind of poking her head in. She's like, quote, and how is he to be brought to heel? He must be handled delicately, a wolf on a leash, 1 thread thick. And Rana's like, well, I don't know if I should tell you my plan, but but she does. We get a couple quick POV changes. Dylan is talking to Karen Sedai, who's like always wants to talk to the manager. And Luan, who is Rafella's warder. And Elorian. I mean, so what significance do these POV choices make for you, Josh?
These are the Aes Sedai going out and talking to the nobles, trying to garner support in Andor for their position.
Okay.
Which I forget where we learned about that. It might have been in the previous show's chapters when Min and Rand were talking. But we knew that they were doing that before we see these point of view changes. I mean, there was this little bit. Go ahead.
I mean, are they? But no, you go on.
Totally different topic. So I suggest you.
Okay, so they are kind of plotting against Rand here, though.
Correct. Yes. They're trying to garner support for their side from the nobles of Andor. Nobles who have been consorting with Rand in one way or another. And maybe sensing the ones that have a greater chance of going against him, either more powerful or not in the inner circle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
People who might also have... It's funny because later on they talk about putting Elaine back on the throne so that the White Tower, or at least Saladar, has the support of the Queen. But here we see them discussing, like, oh, who else has, a chance to ascend to the throne?
Right on. I do have a quick drinking obligation. Quote, well, you tell me, guys. Luann's head jerked at the odd end, ... and the round-faced Ice Spy smiled.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Luann's head jerked at the odd end. I don't know. That's butt, right? Just. Anyways. All right. What did you want to say, Josh?
Well, there is another one. I think they would have tried to spear us if we blinked too quickly.
Oh. Okay. Yep. Ryan, you're muted.
100, 100, 100.
Okay, 100.
The other thing, just we get an Aes Sedai's perspective on bonding a warder against their will here, which I thought was kind of interesting.
She is disgusted by it.
Yeah, she uses some strong words for sure.
Yeah, in no uncertain terms does she think that it was an egregious assault, and this practice should not be condoned.
Right.
Which, to her credit, more power to her. We agree with that sentiment.
I mean, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way.
But
I did love all the other little tidbits of, like, getting Mirana's internal, kind of like how we get Swan's internal fish and fishing metaphors. Here we get her hunting and hunter metaphors of, like, if you pursue two hares, both will escape you. And there's a couple of other little funny ones in here. Marina had been Aes Sedai long enough to not shiver every time a goose walked over her grave. Just a bunch of really cool little cultural kind of tidbits through all this. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. A wolf on the leash, one thread thick.
Well, that was Varen saying
that. Was Varen, actually, right? Yeah.
But in regards to the bonding, we do learn later on in the chapters, I think chapter 48 or 49, that there are different kinds of bondings. One that includes compulsion. Or at least compulsion to a certain degree. So we'll talk about that. But
she tried to compel him, but it wasn't. It was like trying to move an oak or bend an oak.
Yeah, I mean, ew, gross, right?
I mean,
I don't know.
You do have. I mean, you are a dom. Come on. Oh, not bitch.
Well, okay.
I don't think you're a document object model. So I'm assuming you're a dominatrix?
No, I'll lick your feet. Fine. Whatever.
No, that's the wrong way, Dan.
Yeah, Jesus.
Whatever.
That's the sub.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you. You
Brother
do
Dom.
whatever. Lick my feet.
There we
Trick
go.
or treat, lick my feet. Give me something good to eat. All right. Let's move on to the other chapter. That chapter was kind of just
very short.
I don't know. Is there anything that we missed? We just know that all the Aes Sedai are hanging out at the Crown of Thorns. Geese. Canada goose are...
Oh, I got a story.
I bet you do.
Remember that time I befriended a goose?
Ryan had a goose pet for about 8 hours, I think.
8 drunken hours.
The goose followed him home and hung out in his in his tiny little apartment with him.
Yep. Let me pet it. I was petting it.
But then it started like biting your girlfriend.
No, I just started pooping. Well, I was biting her the whole time, and she was my girlfriend. I just found. I found her on the side of the road, like the goose. Anyways, yeah, no, it's fucking amazing. Yeah, goose bodies are gross to touch. What? Why are you shaking your head like that?
No, I because I was thinking of Charles Dickens, and I'm like, boy, go buy the fattest goose. Merry Christmas, one and all. I wanted to eat your goose. That's all.
All right. Speaking of eating goose, let's say hi to Andrew Dash. So the new name.
Hi.
Hello, Andrew.
Dash. Nice to meet you.
Probably.
Yeah, hang out. Don't be a stranger.
Let's jump to chapter 44 because this one's
do
not
it.
as boring.
Brother Dan, I'm gonna step out for 1 second. I'll be right.
Okay.
Worst brother.
Well, that's what you get when you're not. Hey, worst brother's gone. This is the Matt chapter. Let's see. They are in Saladar.
Goes to the dance.
He's like, all right. They're partying.
Partying down.
There's a 30-day party whenever the Amaryllis is raised. And imagine these parties. Yeah, fuck yeah, it's 30 days. Why? Because you only get a new Amaryllis like, I don't know, every 200 years or something. These
Couple
people live a long
decades,
time.
They do.
The fact that we've had a quick succession of them is, I think, kind of rare, at least recently. So they're going to party.
What does it mean that we didn't hear about the party when Elida became Amaryllis? Did it not happen?
I think it did. Oh gosh, I think it did. I think there were bells ringing. I think that the city itself
had the okay. It doesn't. It's not just within the tower. It's the whole city.
It was the whole city. It was Tarvalon. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't even know if
Diljeet's here.
Party. Diljeet.
Hello.
Hi there.
Noman Garden, exactly. This is my sentiment exactly.
Party. Yeah, I can see.
I have a hard time imagining Red's partying, but he's back. Shh. You didn't hear what we were saying, right, Ryan?
Oh yeah, about how I'm the worst brother.
Oh, you notice I'm in the first brother spot now.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. Matt is hearing a song that this dude wrote. It says, quote, in that old memory, he remembered writing that song because of the love of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Tom is doing Tom stuff. I mean, I know. We miss him too. We love him. There's a spot for him here always. He knows the code. He knows the code. He can come in anytime. But we may or may not see him tonight.
Yeah, we probably won't see him tonight, unfortunately. Worst out of 2. It's a low bar. Damn, Joe. That is good. So I like this little bit about Halima.
Damn, string flame. That's amazing. I think Dan. Yes, I can. Yes, first chair.
Until someone actually says I'm the best brother, you get first chair.
Oh goodness.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
When your moderator chimes in, you know there's something going on.
I wasn't called the best brother, but you weren't called the best brother here either. So, anyways, this is a pretty badass song. I like this song. The color, trust is the color of death. Trust.
I like this song too. It's a great play. The thing about Halima that I wanted to make the point of is Matt notices that she keeps trying to lead because she's actually a reincarnated man.
And she's like, look at my tits.
Yeah.
Look at my tits. Typical. But she's hot, man. Matt calls her the most beautiful woman he had ever seen in his life. And I don't know if this was...
and he's seen Lanfear, right?
He's seen Lanfear. Well, no, he saw... Oh, no, he saw Karini. I don't know if he saw... No, no, maybe he was at the dock.
I think he saw Lanfear. Maybe in her other form. In her human form.
Oh, as Celine?
Celine, yes. Exactly, Debbie.
Oh, here, let me... Andrew, good luck in your online meeting.
Good luck with your meeting, yeah.
I hope it's not boring. And come back. Just leave us on in the background. You don't even need to, just mute us.
Yeah, fall asleep.
Yeah, so is this a drinking obligation? Quote, Halima had a way of brushing against him.
No. Wait, no.
Okay. I know, it's a stretch. I was just saying.
I'll take the excuse.
Morel came?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Matt's getting hit up to get ordered. Huh.
I mean, she could have very well just have arrived, but no.
Morel came to stand beside him, it says. I don't know. But yeah, she's hitting him up. She's like, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You want to, you're a big, tough guy, but, you could be bigger and tougher. Why don't you be my warrior? Huh? I'm not going to, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not going to, hey, I'm not your mom. You go have fun. Yay. But want to be my warrior? He's like, nope. She keeps hitting him up. And in fact, it says, in the evening, Morel spoke to him again. He told her hers would be the 5th offer he had refused since sunup. He is a hot fucking commodity. They're like, baby, I like your style. You're young. You're Randy. Water me. He goes and talks to Egwene.
Well, hang on. He asks Swan to dance, and he fucking blows his own mind. And then Leanne picks him up and basically, makes out with him better than he's ever been made out with before. And she, pats his cheek and leaves him.
She says he kissed him about as thoroughly as he'd ever been kissed. And then she said, afterwards, she said, a very good dancer. Think of it as dancing next time and you will do better. Was she critiquing his kiss?
I think so.
I think so too. Leanne's awesome.
Tongue dance. Always pleasure.
It's a marvelous night for a tongue
Leanne dance.
In the in my mouth and your gums.
Your gums?
Gums?
Yeah.
I love this line about dreams. His dreams would have been pleasant, except that they all involved Muriel and Swan and Leanne and Halima. When it came to dreams, a man just naturally lacked the sense to pour water out of a boot.
Right. He's like, I left them, but they sure didn't. In my head. So yeah, he was doing all kinds of stuff to him in his head. Oliver's around. He talks to, he gets summoned, talks to Egwene. Egwene, Nynaeve, Elaine, Avienda. He's like, all right, you guys are all going to Ebudar. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, he gets to talk to Tom. They're like, yeah, they said I couldn't talk to you. And this is this. So what? Why the fuck was Matt put into the cone of silence? No one would talk to him. even Nynaeve is still like being all weird. She's like, hey, no.
Well, Nynaeve thinks that Matt's going to come for revenge about the kick.
You go. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah,
he's like way over it and just wants her help at this point, right?
It's just like
It
slapstick.
was a gnarly kick. He still has a bruise that turned into a knot. in his
Not.
head.
Yeah, exactly.
She walloped him. Jerk. Hey, Nynaeve lovers, remember that unprovoked, Nynaeve just kicked a man. And what's he to gain? What is he going to kick her back? Then, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. I mean, he still has a knot in his leg. It's dumb. Dumb, I tell you.
TAVERN got rights.
I don't know. If you want to know about women, ask Perrin, not me. Maybe Rand.
True that. Word. True that.
He's like, fine, we're out of here. We'll be back in like 5 or 10 days.
Is this a drinking obligation? Probably worked your bones after you were dead.
Yes. Yes. I love
Yeah, you're better at this
necrophilia.
game than I am, I think, Josh. Do you feel taller when you sit up on the top stage? Does it feel a little taller? Like looking down around, you're like, I don't know. I can see all the way over there. Wow, look at all them birds.
I don't feel taller.
Ryan,
It's weird
Ryan,
not
you're
having the
just
puppets
a bud.
lording over me.
Let me just
You're
itch
just seeing my junk. Right here. It's right here. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
My junk.
I'm looking. Wait, let me get my microphone.
Take that junk to the garbage, brother Dan.
Did you say you were getting your microscope?
I meant microscope and I said microphone.
Oh, I see. Nice.
Thanks for translating
Quote, she came and they followed?
Yes.
Does that work?
Yes.
Josh wished he was a little bit taller. He wished he would have baller. He wished he had a girl who looked good. He would call her.
One of these days it's gonna work, Dovie. Just keep trying.
I'm not Todd, okay? I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I mean, there's a growing groundswell for this. We need to check and see if you would be taller with your shirt off.
That's true.
For science.
For science.
Please,
We all know how much I like science.
So they're about to leave, and Egwin. This is a little weird. I want to ask you about this. It says, "quote Egwin passed a few words with Elaine and Nynaeve, while Vandine and Adelaus went to speak to Shiriam, and then it was time." What? They just broke off into their own huddles? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
all right. As the Amerlin, I mean, are you supposed to say, "All right, I'm here to see you all off, but my friends, I'm gonna go hang with my friends."
I'm out of here.
I mean, is Egwin handling this right, or did you see that as not a big deal?
I didn't see it as a big deal, but I can see where you're coming from.
Okay. Matt is a stud here.
As
Egwin
always.
is walking up. Everyone is just ignoring her. She is. It says here. They were all talking among themselves, ignoring the woman they have named Amerlin. Egwin might as well have been alone. She looked alone. Matt thinks, quote, "to the pit of doom with them if they think they can treat a Two Rivers woman that way."
like that, right? Yeah, totally.
And then he walks up, "Good morning, mother," and the light shine on you. He kneels, kisses her hand, gives her the due respect. He gives the to the band. They're all like, oh yeah, morning, mother, morning. Yes, good job, knuckling our foreheads. Oh, morning. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Egwin whispers, "Thank you, Matt." Touching, made this felt heart, gave it a little melt. Especially when she says, I will always see friends off, and then goes and talks to Nynaeve and Egwene and not to the other girls who she's the boss of too. You don't do that as a manager. Anyways. And then they split. They go through the gateway. Elaine's like, I can do it. Woo! Matt's like, not as good as Rand. I gotta walk my horse instead of riding through, but okay, fine. And they're like 5 days out because they don't want to kill a cow.
They don't want to kill anyone or a cow. Yeah.
Talmanis stays behind. He looks at, and he was kind of told, he's like, hey, if you can get Egwene out of here, you just tuck her under your arm and you just go. Just get out. So it says he studied them for a moment and shook his head before riding into the forest. Was he thinking about kidnapping her right then and there?
I love this little tidbit we get at the end of the chapter about Swan, quote, running to the band for protection after coming to her senses. You get to see a little bit of like what their plans are, right?
Elaborate a little bit more.
The sentence is Swan said that the man Vanden had rooted out things before she had a chance to put them under his nose. And if she was to, quote, come to her senses and run to the band for protection, then the band would have to be close to her. I'm assuming what that implies is that she's going to play coming to her senses as leaving the Lord Bryn's army and going to the band for protection from the Aes Sedai, essentially appearing to run away, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to garner the band's support.
Does Swan, is Matt aware of Swan's servitude to Gareth?
No.
Okay.
And I don't think Rand is aware of Min's servitude to Gareth either.
Oh, interesting. Okay. What else in this chapter before we accelerate?
Though it does seem like that storyline has been a bit dropped on the floor.
Min's?
No. Swan,
Or
Leanne,
Swan.
and Min being Gareth Bryn's servants. Whatever the right terminology is.
In this book, it has still been referenced to.
It has, but it's been much less of a... It was a very central part of the story for a while, and then it kind of has been left to the wayside.
Well, much like menstruation and shitting, we just assume that she's doing his sheets.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. No, you're right. It was very central, and it is Min's association with that pact. If anyone's gonna say fuck it, I'm not doing it, it's probably Min.
It's probably, yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. All right, let's jump into chapter 45. It is called A Bitter Thought.
Yep.
Isn't that the drink that you're drinking right now, Josh? It's called the Bitter Thought.
Bitter Thought, yeah.
It's a good drink name. I was trying to come up with Wheel of Time drink names earlier today, and that would have been a good one. I'm not. I'm having a beer right now. I already finished my cocktail before the show.
You mean a stout Two Rivers Ale?
A stout Two Rivers Ale. That's correct.
I'm not surprised. This is a point of view from a guy named Vilnar. He is in charge of a mounted patrol of Saldaeans, kind of keeping track of Camelot. So
this is one of Bryn's. This is one of Bryn's cavalry, basically, or not Bryn. Bashir's cavalry, right?
Bashir, yeah. He's just kind of going, Ryan, is this a drinking obligation?
Probably.
A horse between his knees?
Yeah. Hell yeah!
Okay, am I back?
Yeah!
Okay. He
A sword,
and
a sword in
like
his
this guy.
hand and a horse between his knees.
A
Are
sword
both
in his
pretty
hand
good.
and a horse between these. Yeah, I like this guy. This guy's curious, and he's shy, but he's a stud. He's like me. He's shy, but he's a stud. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to know. He wants to see an Aes Sedai. He's like, oh man, I hear this place is freaking silly with Aes Sedai. I hear if you throw a hunk of shit, some of it's gonna hit an Aes Sedai, right? He's like, wow. He saw some woman that was kind of couldn't tell what her age was. He's like, well, that ain't it.
Oh, that's really funny.
He could not have said how old she was, but that was not enough. Said, let Jidar claim they were so beautiful they could kill a man by smiling, and let Risen insist they were all a foot taller than any other man. Vilnar knew it was the face you could tell by, the timeless face of an immortal. It must be impossible to mistake that. So he was like someone said, "This is Jesus. He's your Messiah," and they're like, "Well, my Messiah has, I don't know. You're okay, but my Messiah is pretty strong. Maybe next time.
Maybe next.
But he's stoked to kind of be in the city. He's going around. He sees a procession of the Two River Longbowmen coming. They got the wolf head banner, got the eagle and Manethrin, and he's like, what? That's Zareen. And he's like, oh fuck. He's like, all right, well, we're gonna block this gate. I gotta rep. And then we cut to Perrin. Perrin's like, I don't know why these Saldaeans are blocking this road. It's weird.
It is weird.
Fael smells faintly of herbal soap and anxiety.
Right, yeah. That's like 80% of you smell me 80% of the time. That's what you get.
That's you. Herbal soap and anxiety.
Soap
lavender
and
anxiety.
And dab.
And dabs.
Dr. Brommer, anxiety.
Somehow it seems like those two things might be related.
Coffee and dabs.
Oh! You know what, Josh? You're getting that was uncalled for.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You got demoted.
Shit.
They're like, you can't bring an army in here. You can only bring 20 cats. He's like, Aaron, you got to stay here. Quote, Aram stiffened.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Of course. And in they go. They go in, meet with Rand. Well, there's a whole bunch of IELs in the way. And in fact, Perrin has a cool little thought here. He's like, Perrin was wondering whether it was always like this around Rand now. IEL guards and nobody speaking. And Rand bursts out of the door and he's like, Perrin, Fael, God, light, bless your wedding. I wish I could have had the king's first rights now that I'm the Dragon Reborn. You know what I mean? You know what that means?
Hey, Josh, what's the name of that? Primo, like, doesn't name it for the first right. I'm looking. My bad.
Primogenitor?
No, it's a name. There's an actual name for it.
I love this little bit too about Perrin noticing that the greater TAVERN tugging on the lesser TAVERN. I don't know if that's something we've ever seen with Mat. Mat's not like as in tune with it as Perrin is, but Perrin seems very like conscious about this bit of their interaction.
There it is, Prima Nocte.
Prima Nocte.
Prima Nocte.
Is it?
That's the right.
Is it because Perrin is being pulled more strongly? Hey, Ashan.
What's up?
Oh.
Do you think that he's being pulled more strongly, or is Matt?
I think he's just more sensitive. I don't think Matt has the consciousness to notice, and it might be because of what's happened, what he's been through, and how his brain is filled with strangers. But, or it's that Perrin is a wolf brother, and just has more awareness about his state in the world because of that. I don't actually know the answer. I hadn't considered why. I just know that they're different.
Okay. Yeah, that is a good question. If they are being pulled, is it at an equal pull? And is Matt feeling the same thing, but just being unconsciously resistant to it? And Perrin, or is Perrin just...
Well, Matt doesn't notice the pull. He notices the effect, but he doesn't notice it without the effect. Whereas Perrin's like, oh, I feel the effect of the pull. I feel I'm being tugged. He doesn't notice it only in the aftermath of an event, which is where Matt's coming from. Which is what I'm saying about the awareness. It's like...
Right, and in fact, I think I don't see it right here, but he was headed for Tyr until he got word and rumors that Rand was in Camelin, so that's why he went to Andor. So yeah, he had no idea really where he was.
Yeah, he even says here, it did not tell him where Rand was. It was not that kind of pull.
Is that wait? Say the last 5, 6 words.
It was
again.
not that kind of pull.
Right? Survey says.
Yes, everyone drink.
Ding, 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 ding. Well done.
I agree, Skeeter. It's more of a tug. It'd be better if it said tug, not pull. But yes. And hi, Skeeter. Hope you're doing well. Oh.
Yeah, hi Skeets. We hear a bit about Perrin's existence, and Perrin is living larger than you and I thought. I think he's got liveried servants that have the wolf on his shoulder. He has Mistress Luhan curtsying to him and calling him Lord Perrin. He has he's kind of ridiculous.
It's funny how much of Manetheren culture was just waiting to find its way to the surface. Is what it really feels like. It's like they were all ready for nobles. They just didn't have any, right?
That's
that's how I read it.
Yeah, because
it's like this is the Manetheren culture coming out in the Two Rivers.
They were strident in there are no bloody lords. We are not bloody. Yeah, they were hippies, communists. Like they called each other comrades. But they needed a lord. Eventually that system always breaks down, right? Apparently, I don't know.
No, that's why we need one true leader.
Bernie Sanders.
The only one who can solve all of our problems.
Bernie Sanders.
Putin.
Perrin. Ryan, you mispronounced Perrin.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. No, actually, I thought
Vladimir Perrin.
This is the story of how the Two Rivers got gentrified.
Perrin was the
Perrin is like the big box stores. Taking out the little ones.
Perrin's like, guys, we're gonna install an Amazon warehouse here, and everyone's gonna have jobs. It's gonna be sick.
Well, there's a lot of similarities to like the Shire in the Lord of the Rings, right? It's like this place of peace and prosperity, and like the women's circle, and like just nothing big had happened. The biggest town any of them knew was Valeron, like. And then suddenly, like, Trollocs are rolling up in there, and they're fucking fighting for their lives, and immigrants are arriving, and cultures are crossing, and the Manetheren banner is flying, and it's just like shit gets out of like.
Sen Bowie turns into Tucker Carlson.
Well, this very yeah. Look at all these refugees that are coming over the mountains of mist.
Aren't things
it's an entire
changing so
caravan.
fast?
And what is Lord Parent doing to help?
Don't we have any say in how much change we have to deal with on a daily basis? Get off my lawn.
And Parent's like Biden. He's like, the refugees, they bring beans and squash, man. Pears and apples.
They mend things.
Just weaving it with cloth and maybe the carpets and stuff. We're getting new industry.
Clay tile roofs.
We got concrete infrastructure. We're making things great.
And, at some point he's like, send Bowie, tear down the fence. Tear down the fence. Tear down the fence, send.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh God, I was worried that was going to happen.
No.
Shit, is there about to be another AI song busting out of Brother Dan?
Well,
No.
I thought he was going to come back in a dress, so I'm all confused now.
no, my beer was over there, and I didn't want to go on camera.
Oh, very nice.
Let's see. So this is a great little party here.
I'll say.
Men. They're like, man, I'm fucking A. Parents like, oh man, you smell so good. Oh, my wife smells angry though. I don't understand. Oh, he checks her up and down. He's like, oh Jesus, you got those pants fit you really well.
We did skip a drinking obligation.
Talk to me.
He came, but not all the way. Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
He said he
All
was.
the way, not yet.
He said he was tired, but he needed a stead.
I did. You know what? I did underline that. Did I? Had that.
All right. I like to think that when Perrin met Min, they actually did the Dirty Dancing ending scene where he picks her up and like swings her around overhead. It's like, I've had the time of my life.
Fael's looking like Miss Piggy.
Was her sister still mad at her at that point too?
Who?
The sister of the blonde chick she's always pissed off at her, right?
In what?
In Dirty Dancing.
Oh, Dirty Dancing.
No, right.
The dark-haired sister.
Maybe. I was maybe.
Peanut Gallery back there is agreeing with it.
Okay, nice.
All right, drinking obligation. Tell me, Ryan. Quote.
Okay.
I do for a long, hard ride.
Yes, right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm.
Okay. All right.
Ryan's getting hot under the camera over there. I can tell.
I can't even explain it.
I've never seen a puppet sweat.
I just wish everyone in chat right now was snuggling with me.
Like what do you think you think his armpits kind of smell like man, don't you? Like if you just gave it like it's a musky scent of like man, right? Oh, you even have like little stubble.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Don't you?
Awesome.
Don't you? What do you? Do you have elbow like armpit alopecia?
I have alopecia from the brows down. Yeah.
Brows down.
Brows down.
I have no hair.
Not a single hair.
Anywhere. No, not one single hair.
Not a single hair.
Guys, by the way, thanks for joining us. I love you all in chat. If you haven't liked it,
we do.
Try to do that, and if you haven't subscribed, then why are you here? I mean, how'd you get in? I think we have someone at the door. You need to be subscribed, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. What's the code? What's the code word?
What's the code? Yeah. How'd you get the knock?
What was the code?
So subscribe, then you get the knock.
Further down, what was the code in Beverly Hills 90210 when they went to the rave? Was it eggs?
It was
a dozen eggs, something like that. The rave code. Remember? Come on.
Ask
Chat.
Carissa, I
Oh,
bet
man.
you she knows.
Come on, chat. Beverly Hills 90210. They go to a rave. There's a code for the rave. Josh is just going to look it up. He's like, chat.
Josh was like, why do we even? If only we had something right in front of us that had every answer in the world ever.
Again, like, I don't. Josh broke the record for the most times he could tell another human being to Google something.
Is this when Donna, someone slipped her drugs or something? No.
No, I don't even think they even got
Donna
to the
Martin
rave. They were
graduate.
trying to go to the rave, but they. Come on,
I bet you it was
Josh.
Luke Perry.
Yes, Luke Perry was asking, was going to the rave.
Yeah,
Yes.
that guy Dylan. Dylan was a derelict. He brought everyone down. I mean, man, him with his cool dad.
It's episode 5. I know that, but I don't know what the password is.
Yes, okay. They do. Episode 5, yep. I mean, that's first season shit. That's why it was so controversial. They were going to go do drugs, Dan. They're going to go do drugs. They're going to go do Molly and ecstasy. They're going to do rails. They're going to find
No,
hookers.
Ryan, did
They're
they
gonna
have
do
like a
coke off
special
their
name?
butts.
Josh,
What?
did they have a special drug name? Was it like we're
No,
doing
I don't.
Euphoria
I don't think
or
so.
something?
No, I don't think so. But the name of the club is the Peach Pit, which is
Yes!
just fucking hot.
Yes.
No,
yes.
the Peach Pit is where they all hang out after school.
That's
it's like
the club
milkshake
that's-
place. Did they have a rave at the Peach Pit?
No, they had to go to the dark parts of town.
Get
for-
out of town.
Oh,
No,
right,
they had to
okay.
go into Hollywood. No way. No way.
I'm really
the Peach Pit had drugs.
I'm really disappointed in chat right now.
Drink at the Peach Pit,
Besides
yeah.
the cook staff, I'm sure we're all doing drugs. I think the
Yeah, people were on
painters came in,
people were
they
on some kind of
high.
opiates in the kitchen for
The
sure.
roofers, they were probably high when they did. Yeah, but no drugs. Perrin and Rand kind of have a little chat. Fayo's like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna go do girl talk, me and Min. All right, Min, you're so bless your little heart. Let's go take a walk here. Oh, Perrin, your thing's fucked up. Don't trust this guy. He's a fucking dragon. You gotta be and by the way, stand up for the two rivers, would you? You be a man. Slap. All right, hey, men, bye. Parents like, okay, all right, you got it. And I kind of like this little reunion. But yeah, right off the bat, Rand's like, oh, fuck, Rand, Ben. I mean, you want to go to Tier for me? I'll be your best friend. I really, really, really need this.
Whoa.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're here. And Rand's like, yo, the name's Paul. That's between y'all. I just got here. I got people to meet. I got a shower. Knock it off, man. This is pretty fucking ballsy of you. And he's like, yeah, I know. I'm a dick, but I gotta be a dick, but I'm a dick. What else about this chapter do we want to know?
I did not take very good notes in this chapter.
Okay.
So
Huh. Great.
What we
What?
Ryan, what kind of notes did you take on this chapter? Ryan, what did you want to talk about?
Not doing it.
Well, great, huh? Thanks, Josh.
I'm currently looking for it. Password.
I'm just gonna
this
get
is
way
this
here.
a drinking obligation? He took a long swallow of the punch to wash the bitter thought out of his mouth.
No.
I think
No one
if you
calls
would
it
just
punch.
did the
Long
first
swallow.
word with it.
Yeah.
You did
Took a long swallow to wash the
Yep.
bitter
And
out of his
yes.
mouth.
Okay. Okay. Nice. I bet
See, Ryan-
ChatGPT could rewrite the entire novels and just put in the perv shit.
That's just sexual innuendos.
just one big Smurf style romp. Remember the Smurf group sex chat thing that went like back in the 80s, Dan?
Oh yeah. How there was a breeding day where there was only one female Smurf named Smurfette.
And that poor thing. That poor
It
girl.
was graphic,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was all consensual.
Why do we read that? How do we get access to that?
The unabridged internet, Ryan.
Hey, is that a real thing? Does it taste like pineapple?
What is the it in that sentence?
I like to think it
jism?
does. I like to think it does. It's like, you're planning for like a Father's Day or something.
I mean, obviously, look at that picture. That guy is eating so much pineapple. He knows it's going to come in handy. That's the look of a man who knows that pineapple is going to be put to use.
Put that pineapple to use.
Taste the flavor.
Taste the rainbow. All right. Jump chapter 46. Beyond.
God, we're flying through these, brother Dan. Doing great.
What was the head shake?
Ryan's. Whoever said taste the rainbow.
It's Skittles.
Why do we have so Skittles? Get at us.
We're Skittles oriented.
This is a Skittles episode.
Right off the bat in the third sentence. Slap thighs? Quote, slap thighs.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, no. I do. It gives me a visual.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I've never called it slapping thighs though. Like I feel like if you're slapping thighs, you're like missing. Like you're missing the whole point.
Right. No,
that's like dry humping, Dan.
Come on, hey, Ryan.
Slapping thighs is dry humping.
No, it's no.
What is it? Scissoring?
Is it scissoring? Yeah, I mean, is it scissoring? Because
Kate just says no.
She said no. Kay said no. Slap thighs? Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I miss seeing Kay's naked shoulder in the drink images, Ryan. You're not doing your job.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get on that.
So Perrin walks out from Rand after being like, "Fine, fuck, I'll think about Tyr. That's a real dick move." Walks out, boom. There's his father-in-law.
Uh-oh.
Toughest man in the world. What?
But just Davern Bashir in the fucking hallway, like.
And he walks up. He's like, "Hey, I'm Perrin Albara.
We gotta talk.
Let's talk." Boom. Walks away. He's like, "Okay, well, I'm coming too. All right." They go into a room. And,
I imagine if they shook hands, he would have done like the Trump thing where he just wouldn't let go. If that was a time for handshaking, he would have trumped the fuck out of that.
Hold on. So are we supposed to think of Davern Bashir as being kind of like Trump? He's short. Well, no, Trump isn't short, but kind of stocky. I mean, can we adapt that as our headcanon for what this guy looks like?
No.
Except for he's
that doesn't
Salvan,
work for me. I'm
which
sorry.
has tilted eyes and like a hawk nose thing. Anyways, not.
No, I mean, like Trump would have thrown a knife at Rand Althor like Davern did.
Well, but he starts off. Here's the first thing he says, and I'm going to say it like Davern Bashir. I suppose Irene told you all about my estates before you married her. Hold on.
Let's leave Donald Trump out of this, please.
Hold on. That's the first fucking thing he says, guys.
Wait, what?
All right. Do you want me to do it again?
Yes, yeah, of course. That's why I said
it. I suppose Irene told you all about my estates before you married her. All about the broken crown. She was always talkative as a girl. Yeah.
Perverts and freaks.
Oh, by the way, justice, guys. Anyways, let's move on. But it happens. George Santos just got is being like Justice Department did something against him for his finance shit. It's great. Anyways.
It's all great. It's yeah.
She could be deliriously soft at times.
Deliciously.
Deliciously.
No. Mine says deliriously.
She could be deliciously soft at times, true. But any man who thought she was soft in the way her father meant would probably have his head handed to him, himself included.
Hold on. It's not good.
She
Mine
could be,
says
yeah,
deliriously
decisively.
soft.
Oh, yeah, no, ours definitely.
DELIRIOUSLY.
So the C is an R?
Yes.
I think it's just missing the bottom part of the C. It might just be like there was a fleck on your book.
You have a Bella Fleck on your book, Dan.
It's an amazing
Ryan.
banjo player.
I think we need one.
Jazz banjo.
Mine says deliriously soft at times, which is better. What?
Either
You're
way.
the one with the fleck. You're the one with the added. Yeah, it's a drinking obligation, whether it's delirious or delicious. But mine says deliriously. Guys, check your books. Tell me. I wish Dana Lou was here.
Are there any other deliriouses out there?
Do we got a delirious? Do we got a delicious? Do we got delirious? Do we got a delicious?
Ryan, do you remember what the audiobook said?
Delicious.
Deliciously soft?
Yeah,
Yep.
she could be deliciously soft at times.
Yeah, because he's
Delirious doesn't make any sense.
It says
He's
deliriously
thinking about his
soft.
wife. But he's thinking about his wife. Of course she's delicious.
What? And of course, he makes it because they have crazy fucks. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you know, he wears the beard. It's the only reason he keeps the beard around is the flavor saver.
Thank you, Norman Garden. Thank you, Norman Garden.
God damn it.
It's
2 and 2. Somebody else check.
Soft. Deliciously soft is almost too gross for Robert Jordan.
I think
like a shot, not just-
when Fayeel's experiencing her moon, it might actually be a little dangerous with Perrin around. Mm-hmm.
We're both trying to like let you not dig your hole too deep, but go ahead, Ryan. Shovel out.
Brother Dan already dug the pool. I'm just diving in. Right, because he smells blood. Gets all crazy.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good. You're Ryan. You bring up a great point.
Thank you.
Does Perrin, when he smells someone on their period, become like a vampire, like Edward Cullen from Twilight? Does he just want to just tear their throat out?
These are inquiring minds want to know.
It's delirious. It's delirious, Ryan. Your deliciously is crazy.
Well, mine says delicious though too. What printing is this?
Put it up. Put the page up on the screen.
Yours is the OG print.
Yeah, this is first printing, 1994.
Yeah. In the audio
So
book.
it must have been changed.
Here we go. Can you touch it? Touch it. We need new blood. See,
right there, deliciously.
Look at this thing.
Deliciously
She
soft.
could be deliciously soft at times.
God, look at those cuticles. Fuck. Impeccable.
So good.
That man hasn't worked a day in his life.
That was an all manicure.
Look at those soft hands.
That was a masculine.
God damn it, Ryan. You really are turning me into a slut.
Look at this. Look at those.
He lotions. You know he lotions.
Beautiful little.
All right, yeah. First print, deliciously. We're first printers. That's yeah.
No,
First apprentice.
whoopah!
Actually, you get down here now for the down with your second stupid
Whoa,
print. Yeah.
whoa! No,
Yes, yep.
no.
Oh.
I have a print. I have a print that I can reference right here. And you said that. You said it said deliciously, but on the ebook, I don't think you're right. I think you just flipped a coin.
The audiobooks are
like,
all right, I'm gonna find
delicious.
it.
Delicious. Wet cats. Never mind. That's not true.
There's nothing less sexy than a wet cat, then.
Well, I mean, but what's another name for a cat?
They're never happy. Oh, Jesus! I'm sorry, my
I
comic.
know. And Ryan, this game is hard. All right. So Bashir kind of lays into Perrin. He's like, "Hey, you know, if my wife doesn't agree with
I'm
it,
not
I get
sure.
to kill you."
Yep. Which would be a shame because we need new blood.
He's like, "Yeah, you killed Trollocs. That's pretty cool. My granddad is tougher than my dad, and I'm weaker than my dad. So yeah, I mean, we need some shit. We need some shit." But he's like, "Hey, I'm just a blacksmith," and Bashir's pretty cool here. He's like, "Quote, boy, the creator never made the houses. Some forget it, but go far back enough in any house, and you'll find a commoner who showed uncommon courage or kept his head and took charge when everyone else was running around like plucked geese." He's like, "Well, you know how to treat a wife?
What's geese?
Damn it!"
All right, so let's
do
talk
the best
about
I
that.
can.
How do you pluck a geese? Does that mean they're just completely featherless?
Well, you do it after you kill them.
And then
Yeah.
I know you're a vegetarian, Ryan, but
then they run around.
Well, I mean, it's fun to pluck a geese when they're alive because it hurts, and they run around. It's hard to catch them. Yeah, Ryan, back on the farm. Shit, we used to do that. We used to pluck geese all the time.
Is that where like plucking like comes from? Is like you just like are just about to die, and you just have a lot of energy, and like, oh, look at
that
your
plucky attitude. No, I think plucky attitude means that you are willing to be cruel to animals.
Fuck.
Oh,
Fuck.
Maybe plucking geese has to do with making down too.
God, foie gras. I mean, everything about it.
No. For like while they're alive to make pillows.
Oh, gross. And then they just run
once
around.
They die, then the feathers.
Well, maybe it's good. Like
really
they get plucked and then they just get exercise time. Is it? You know,
get stale.
It's like in prison. You get to go out to the yard for an hour, run around.
Right. Yeah. It's like they're doing pull-ups on like welded bars to things, and everyone has like a hidden shank made out of stuff.
Well, let me just say the Canadian goose that I befriended and manhandled had no down. It was very, very, very prickly and weird, but not downy down there.
In the under feathers.
Like I was like this bird was lifting its feathers over his head and just letting me rub its body.
Yes, yeah, I know that.
Just the craziest, but no down.
Did you go down on it to know?
Yes.
That's why we call it goosen, because I went down on it.
Yep. I promised it, and then I had to follow through. That's why he followed me home. He's like, well, I mean, shit. We talked about it in the park.
Ryan, we're losing viewers.
Okay, blame me.
Man.
Blame me.
No, I'm saying
Mistress
what can we do?
says, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, see. We get
Yep.
we get some progression here though. So Davern's like, all right, well, let's go see if my wife has killed my daughter. They go into the room. Perrin hears, what the 5 fingers say? The face. Slap. He is slap, slap. He's like, oh shit, shit's going on. Davern's all dumb. He's like, they're just right behind this door. Knock, knock. Hey, it's us. Parents like, oh shit. They're just slapping.
Mm-hmm.
Meets Lady Dira. Dira? What do you pronounce this, Josh? Deira.
Dira?
Dira? Okay.
Yeah.
And they are adapting to. This is a woman that they've always known as Zareen. She is choosing to call herself Aiel. She is dead name Zareen, and Dara is respectful of that.
Mm-hmm.
Bashir's like, hey, Zareen, hey, my daughter, hey, give me a hug. Yeah. And she's like, no, she prefers Aiel now. He's like, well, okay. They have this weird, Dara and Perrin have the weirdness where she's poking him. She's like, you tough enough for my daughter? Do you think you can do this? Hey, the women of my family are fucking panthers. They're going to tear your throat out if you give them an ounce of blood. What the heck? And he's like, stop doing that. I don't like it. He's like, I dig your daughter. She digs me. What the fuck? And Bashir's like, yeah, that works for me. I talked to the guy. He's cool. He beat up Trollocs. He's got strong blood. He's gonna give us babies, 6 of them.
Yeah. He was basically like, John Cusack can say anything. He's like, look, I don't want to buy anything sold, bought, or processed. I don't want to pair anything bought, sold, or I don't want to process anything sold, bought, or paired. I don't know. I just want to hang out with your daughter.
I just want to hang out with your daughter. He's like, I'm in debt. I'm in a bathtub. I'm gonna become Fisher's dad later.
I should have bought that music box. That's just under $5,000.
Guys, quote, head coming erect.
Okay.
Well,
I remember this one.
Yeah, that sentence would have been really good, but it has the wrong pronoun in it. So
yes. If it said himself instead of herself, it would have said,
hello, the clitoral head can come erect. Brother Dan, do we need to talk about this?
Wait, visibly took herself in hand?
Thank you.
Yes.
Ryan,
it works.
My hand is big.
Her hand isn't?
Okay. All right. I don't know if we're gonna get there. I'll just have to. Things are.
Okay.
Well,
we do have an expert on North Harbor with us, so maybe
sensing these.
This is true.
We need the Reese report.
So the family's fine. They're like, cool. We jump to a Rand POV, and he's just thinking about himself. Min hops in and, quote, dropped into his lap with a little bounce. Is that hi, sweetie.
A little bounce.
How you doing? So yeah.
Oh, how are your kids?
I haven't seen you in forever. It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you came back to see me. Yeah. Did you like that little bounce?
You like this song?
Oh. Yeah, they only play half the songs here. I think it's because the dancers get bored. But I like the end of that song.
I like the extended outro version.
I like the extended outro version. I like the extended 12-inch remix done by Skrillex.
He was not made of wood.
Everyone?
Skrillex, yes. Very, very, very.
He was not made of wood. Yes. Yeah. Having a girl on his knees did feel nice. He was not made of wood. I think that defines every lonely Tuesday at the old Capitan Booberonza.
Why do you gotta say Tuesday?
Because
Tuesday night's full of love making. Look at us all here together.
no, I meant Tuesday afternoon before the show.
Getting lucky right now.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, they just kind of talk about Perrin a little bit. Perrin and Fael. They're like, yeah, Fael's a little jealous. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. Perrin's smitten. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. You can flash haze, like, put those away. But she did see vision. It says, quote, when you two were together, I saw those fireflies in the darkness stronger than ever. But with the two of you in the same room, the fireflies were holding their own instead of being eaten faster than they can swarm the way they do when you're alone.
Put up your dukes. Put up your dukes.
Something else I saw when you were together. Twice he's going to have to be there, or you. If he's not, something bad will happen to you. Her voice sounded small and frightened. Very bad. Then Rand looks at her and she's crying, and he's like, oh, Jesus, I didn't know these things really affected you? You're bothered by them? Oh, shit. Dumb. I'm a woolhead.
I like this little bit, too, about Perrin's found this falcon, and, quote, I wouldn't be surprised if she kills him when the hawk appears.
Yep.
Again, kind of referencing the Bear Lane crown and all of that stuff that we've seen.
Yeah, and Rand's like, well, I don't know what the fuck that means. Oh, okay, cool. All right, thanks. What did you think about that, besides just liking it?
Well, I keep going back to the first of Mayene wearing the hawk crown, the hawk diadem, and being convinced that those are the two birds on his shoulder. And I remember there's that vision where that I forget if it's a dream that Egwene has. I think it's in one of the dreams that Egwene has, one of the prophetic dreams, where she sees Perrin. He has a hawk on one shoulder and a falcon on the other, and the falcon's drawing blood with its claws because it's holding on so tight.
Okay. Who the first of Mayene?
Bear Lane.
That's Bear Lane. Okay. Awesome.
His last name is Pendrag. Also, she's like a distant relative of Arthur Hawkwing. So hence the hawk connection.
Josh, you're smart sometimes.
Thank you, Dan. The fireflies, I wonder if it has something to do with the pattern, but I don't get that one yet, and hopefully we'll learn more about it as it comes. But
so we have heard Egwene's dream, that little void area where she's looking around, and I think didn't she describe it as fireflies as well?
I
don't remember.
I think she describes it that way when his dream comes towards her. At least. I don't know about other times, but I think.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of as well. So she tells him that Perrin needs to be around him. Gonna save him twice. Doesn't know when, doesn't know how. He's like, well, I guess I gotta just keep him around. She's like, fuck you, that's not funny. She's like, I gotta split, but I just had to tell you what I saw about Perrin. She gives him a kiss. The kiss is
sweeter than wine.
We're light, but now getting harder. And she does the swaying walk, hip walk, as she leaves the room.
She says, I'll see you tomorrow. Be sure to put on clean stockings.
Yeah.
Was that like tomorrow we're fucking like kind of thing?
No.
Or was that saying that I felt you come today?
No. Every time I'm walking away, you're like coming in your pants. So skin that shit up.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That's the weirdest thing. Have on clean underwear, yeah. Or yeah, they're just she's gonna be putting her face in his small clothes. She wants to clean.
So these are clean.
And he lets out a long sigh and bites his lip, basically, as she walks out the door.
And then he's like, well, maybe I should just beg her to stop. But Jesus, she really likes when I beg, so I'm at a loss here.
Screwed if you do, screwed if you don't.
Yeah.
If you do,
Women, right, guys? Women, right,
so,
guys?
And then women
right.
And Lou staring in your head, right?
Right, guys.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, right. Being crazy. Right.
So Luz jumps in and Rand's like, God, Jesus, stop with the kill him. And it says at the end, Rand filled his goblet again and tried not to listen. Is Rand gonna develop a substance abuse issue?
I think so.
I
think so.
Okay.
Yeah. He might already be well on his way.
Okay. And do you blame him?
No. I don't.
We jump into Demira point of view. Demira is going to the Oregon Gate. She is an Aes Sedai of the Saladar. She's like, I can't go to the library like I nerdy really want to do because Rand told us we can't enter the inner city. So my friend's supposed to meet me, and it looks like he ain't there. So fuck it, I'm going to go back. Goes through an alley, runs into six. What is it? Hold on. To find 5 or 6 Aielmen coming toward her, laughing and talking among themselves.
Right.
They seem startled to see her. No, pardon, I said. Pardon. They all move back to the wall. Oh, pardon. Even though there's plenty of room here, but they're like, oh, pardon. And then she walks in, pretends not to see him. They just kind of crowd around, and they're like, for the watch. No, that's
and everyone checks their watches.
She gets speared. A face gets into hers. It says, quote, that remembered face was thrust into hers, black eyes mocking, growling something she ignored as she tried to reach Sidar, darkness closed in. She doesn't die.
Something else pierced her side and she was down in the dust.
And then it jumps to Perrin. Perrin leaving.
Well,
meeting the in-laws.
Do you want to talk about this now, or do you want to loop back on it?
No, go ahead. No, let's do it.
I mean, I know you said you had questions too, but this brings up the question: okay, who are these Aiel? And are they really Aiel at all, or are they something else in disguise? It does kind of ring like the Aiel who attacked Mat, right? In a sense that probably Samael sent, and who were clearly from the Shido, but these don't seem like real Aiel. They're one of them is short and squat. They have dark eyes, which none of the Aiel have.
They're laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're having normal human emotions.
I forget where we read.
They're enjoying themselves for once in their life.
I forget where we see what they say. It's a little bit later in the chapter, right? Let's see. Tell the other witches to stay away from the Dragon Reborn. We know that the Aiel don't think of Rand as the Dragon Reborn. They think of him as the Karakarn. And they certainly don't call Aes Sedai witches. So, in my mind, this is Mazrim Taim and the Ashaman in disguise. Taim's eyes are often described as villainous, including by Rand. And the dark eyes thing is also something that Rand used in the description when they had their interaction at the end that we read about at the end of the last show, where Rand hits the pins on him, and Taim kind of blows his fucking lid, or at least gets angry and holds it in, and then starts shaking when Rand brings it up.
So
exactly,
where
like
would
Yeah, like
where would
Beaker.
Demira have met? So Demira had, I guess, assume would have met Taim then, because it says she ran. Hold on, she rented.
She recognized them because this wasn't the first time she saw these particular 6 Aiel. She saw them on her way through the city, and then she encounters them again in the alley and recognizes them.
Right.
It's not that she had met Taim before. It's that she had already
Okay.
seen the same group twice, and she wondered about it, and then they attacked her.
Okay.
Now, this also is, using physical violence is a great way to get around Rand's injunctive about
I always
channeling
say that too. Yeah.
within Andor, and that he would kill Taim if he sensed it, right? So, how they did that to an Aes Sedai without using Sidar to keep her from being able to channel, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it was all the element of surprise. Maybe it was that she was distracted or not that powerful. I don't really understand that. That's the one question I kind of walk away from this with, is like, how were they able to take her so easily when she could have just channeled and presumably fucked them up? I feel like that's a little bit of an unknown. But
And how are they hiding? How are they disguising themselves if they're not using the one power also?
they probably stole some clothes from Aiel Laundry.
Oh, just the old switcheroo. Just like
Switcheroo.
knock them on the head.
Oh, I don't think they would even have to take them. They probably just picked them up from somewhere.
Yeah, they went.
She
to the
might not
laundromat,
know
they're
enough.
Like, hey, I'm Jason from Stone Rock's Hold. I'm just here to pick up the
The laundry?
Yeah, I don't have my ticket though. It's Jason. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Hey guys. I got some.
So an interesting thing, and we'll talk about this later when we get to the part with Varen and like her manipulations, but this thing that Taim does backfires pretty badly, right? It puts the Aiel on it puts them on guard, the Aes Sedai on guard, and ultimately makes them stop going and then make this great big show of force that in the end leads Rand to not only flee, but essentially cause the, what do we call it? The delegation, no, not delegation.
The
what is it
embassy?
called? Embassy to be broken up. And I think certainly Varen has some role in manipulating that situation. And that makes me wonder if Varen and Taim are in cahoots. We know, you know that I've had my doubts about Varen from the get-go, about her. Now, whether she's a dark friend or on Rand's side is very much made unclear by these actions. But if Taim is a dark friend, and Varen is a dark friend, it's possible that they're in cahoots with one another. Otherwise, Varen just did a really good job using this otherwise random event that happened to lead to an outcome that she wanted, which doesn't surprise me about her at all, because that's very much her prerogative. But there are some unknowns around all that.
Is there a situation in which this was done, where this was done in
good
a way
intentions?
that was trying to help? Yeah.
Yes, possibly. Although maybe it's Taim thinking he's really protecting Rand. But why leave her alive then? I guess to deliver the message, as they say. It's just, yeah.
Okay. What else about that did you want to address?
I think that's all for now until we get to the Varen part.
That's all, folks.
I have a question here.
Exactly. Okay.
quote, the deeper she went, the more unfortunate the smell.
Not the most pleasant drinking obligation, but
Well,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is like I want to pour one out for my homies and then drink.
I mean, but it works.
Mm. Fail?
Yeah.
I guess if you're a parent and you have that strong of sense of smell.
As this woman is walking, she is pondering the Aes Sedai relationship with dogs and cats. And I have this question as well. It says, quote, scrawny cats peered at her silently from the top barrels and black walls, and stray dogs with knobby ribs laid back their ears, sometimes growling before they skulked off down a crossing run. Cat seemed to sense something about Aes Sedai. She had never heard of an Aes Sedai being scratched by even the most feral cat. Dogs were hostile, true, almost as if they thought Aes Sedai were cats, but they almost always slinked away after a little show. So apparently cats don't even scratch, and dogs like kind of bare their teeth and run away.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. I thought that was a fascinating little tidbit of information for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too. She slipped into the narrow shaded gap.
No.
Okay.
Okay, what gap?
Narrow shaded.
It's better than the last one.
All right, okay. All right, yeah. Hey, survey says.
Was
Ding, 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 ding.
All right. Parent and final fuck, which is bound to happen after an emotional conversation with the parents. She's like, all this talk about with your
baby
mom.
making.
My mom and dad gets me horny, parent.
All this talk about my mom telling us what sexual positions to use to have a boy really turns me on.
Slapping my mom really gets me going.
And that's foreplay to be like, so how many kids do my mom want? 6. All right. Let's slap thighs.
We better get going.
Didn't work, right? Slap thighs.
The fucking stupid parent can't even take clothes off correctly. What?
Without ripping off the buttons, yeah.
Yeah, what is he, Hagrid?
She ripped his shirt too. I mean, it was all good.
He's just like these big ass hands.
When you're a lord, you can do that. You can just walk up and grab him. Yeah.
Hey, if you look at the course of 1,000,000 years of history, that's true.
Hey, unfortunately or fortunately.
Or fortunately. One of the greatest quotes ever.
You know, the last 1,000,000 years or so, I guess.
Yeah.
True.
There's tons of hieroglyphics of famous men grabbing pussies.
Right. That's what walk like.
Why did I come back on camera right now?
Walk like.
Hey, MaTsDaGgerX, add this to the list of rants we've been on.
So they're like, well, we got to teach this kid a lesson. Well, hey, maybe let's just ghost him, right? We've been Snapchatting for like weeks, right? I'm not gonna snap him for like 5 days. It's gonna blow his mind. And that's pretty much what they plan on doing, and that's that. What did I miss in this chapter?
I think that's about it for me.
Okay, I want to get through all these, so I don't think we're going to be able to. All right, so this next one is called The Wandering Woman. Hubba. You know, they have laws against that now. That's why most of that stuff goes online. Just kidding.
Hubba.
So it's a map point of view. They are on their way to Ebodar. The women over there, the boys over here. It's like 5th grade. The women know their shit though because they knew they were going to take a long time. They have lamb and soup and all kinds of stuff.
Lots
They
of
have-
stuff.
Over on the men's side, then they got like beef jerky. You got Slim Jims and Dr. Peppers. Elaine comes over. She's like, may I have a word with you, Master Cawthon? He's like, all right. And she gets to the side. She's like, all right, bud. I know you got a Terran girl. I'm not going to say anything. But you know it, I know it. All I want to do is take it for like 8 hours every night. When you go to bed, just give it to me. I'll give it to you.
Trust me.
And I won't confiscate it in the name of the tower because all Terran girl is technically ours. So, you know.
Actually, no.
And Matt's like, oh, that's fucking weird. Thanks for nothing. He's like, I don't know where you think you're coming from, but you can pry from my cold dead hands. She's like, all right, fine. And then as soon as he turns around, blast! Phew! It's cold. He looks over. There's a whole line of them. And they're like, oh, taking notes. They're like, oh, look at that. And it's like, ah, shit. That shit goes on like for 5 days.
Night
where
after
they're just
night,
blasting. Just blasting. Elaine's also weird too. She's like taking control of the band. She's like, oh, the horses look fabulous. Oh, your beds are all made. I'm so proud of you. They're like, oh, geez.
Thank you, Mistress.
She's a freaking lady. I like that. Quote, fingering the point of his beard? No, Ryan says no. They find out that Brigitte is a warder. They're like, okay, cool. Don't know that she is the hero of the horn or part of the horn. He's like, well, I guess that horn, that bow, I hope is good. And Tom's like, yeah, she's probably pretty good. Yeah, she's good.
She's got it figured out.
Took 5 days
right,
to get to Abadar.
Tom and
Go ahead.
Julian do know who she is, right?
That's,
I don't
not
know
confirmed?
if officially. I don't know if officially they know, but they
know, but they don't know. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, right. We know that Egwin now knows though.
Right.
Which is, I guess it's cool. They get to Abadar. It looks like the ladies are going into the palace. It's a big fucking palace over there. Lots of concrete. There's a big square and there's inns over there. And he's like, all right, you guys go there. Me and my men are going to this inn. I'll just, fingering. You're right. MaTsDaGger.
No
My
one can
man.
eat just one.
Quote, a fellow with a drum between his knees. It's not as good as a horse, but
Nope.
No.
no? Okay. But don't you beat?
The drum?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, you're right.
Don't you?
You're right.
Okay, you're right.
I mean, just trying to
There-
imagine just like
there are a
slapping it
bunch-
like a tabla.
Boom.
Tabla, yeah. A porcelain drum.
A doom bag? What?
They go to the Wandering Woman. Matt is like, yeah, all right, fine, we'll just go there. You notices the dice are rolling in his head?
Yeah, dice are rolling. Yeah.
We haven't had these dice in a while.
And Matt was hungover as fuck this morning, by the way. He drank a lot of brandy. Had a
Oh,
good
he got
drink, too.
wasted. Yeah, that's true.
He got wasted. But you know what?
Which is so
Let the
funny,
man-
thinking of all the things he's been through. For him to like, oh, I really need to drink myself to sleep because they threw something at the small of my back is a little weird.
He's like, I can't protect myself from everything from the power. They can throw poop at me.
They can smash watermelons like a Gallagher concert.
Sledge-o-matic. He meets Mistress Satel Anon. She's like, may the
Satelanon?
wandering woman offer you her humble accommodations.
That's
says-
definitely a drinking obligation.
What?
Okay.
All of the comedy. Okay.
All right. Well, you missed a couple of drinking obligations.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Okay.
She was scowling so hard at a passing farmer who was poking his ox with a stick.
Okay, poking an ox with a stick.
Come on.
What
And-
what is the ox and what is the stick? I'm sorry.
Is this a bestial thing?
Is this farm humor? Like
Farm. It's a yeah. Farm humor, exactly.
You guys, when's the last time you saw an OnlyFarmers.com commercial? Did they go away?
only farmers?
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe trying to find a farmer.
Okay. to simp on?
But-
I want to simp on
I think
some
they-
farmers.
No, just the hayloft.
All right. How about this one?
Hey! Loft.
Avienda had climbed onto her lanky dun.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yes, I've been
yes.
called lanky several times in my life.
Um,
And you've been
Not
called
so much.
done too.
Dan, no, just the. You're lanky done,
Oh, and your years in England,
brother. Done.
okay. All right. How about this one? Matt preferred nobles a few at a time.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh shit! Oh
Josh
shit!
is so good.
Oh, we're
Josh
getting in
is
the
so good.
weeds now.
I think there was one more. There seemed to be more hole than wood.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. And here I am with the dumb drum between your knees. Ugh. I gotta step up my game.
All right, I'm done. I'm done. Sorry.
Josh.
You're lanky done?
We've officially corrupted Josh.
It's true. You're not the only ones, but yes.
Amazing.
Chapter 48. What did we miss so far?
Chapter 47.
No, we did that. I mean, what have we missed up until here? We started at like 43, right?
I know. I think we're looking good. I think
Okay.
the dice rolling bit I think was the most important part of that last chapter, and the kind of interaction between Matt, the men, and the Aes Sedai, and like Matt's reaction to kind of ignore them when channeling at his Terangrial.
Right. Even though sometimes it seems like it was going on for an hour. And just ignoring this thing, just burning ice on your chest, and you're just like, I don't even care. I
don't even care. I got a scar from it, but
Right.
Right? Yeah. Is that a
Smelling
pentagram on your chest? Josh.
Yeah, that is.
The chat went crazy with your last round of drinking games. That was amazing.
okay, good. Like I said, I've been in training lately, so.
I just screamed yes. Oh boy. All right, if you like Josh, but you hate the puppets, still subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to Josh only.
No one can hate the puppets.
OnlyJosh.com. So what do you think the dice actually? Do you have
Why
an
did the dice
elaboration?
start spinning here? Yeah.
And why did they stop? Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing I could think was that they made it through some sort of gauntlet where things could have gone differently and they didn't. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Okay,
When
so
did
if
they,
you had
let's see, when
pointed
did
to a
they start?
different-
They started when he enters the city, right? I did not
They
understand
start-
why he. It's the largest palace he had seen yet filled one entire side of the square, all domes and spires, blah blah blah. Matt did not understand why he suddenly felt the dice rolling in his head.
Yeah,
He
it
knew
was
the
the picture
sensation
of
well.
tranquility, he said.
hmm Sometimes he felt it when his luck was running and gambling. It was always there when the battle was in the offing, and it all seemed to come when there was a vital decision to make. The sort where the wrong choice could get his throat cut. So, what decision does he make in the next page and a half before the chapter ends?
He says, that one will do, choosing at random. He pointed to a wide building across the square. A sign
Oh,
he
right.
could
So
not
it was
make out
which
swung
end
over
did he
the arched
take, huh?
doorway.
Okay, yeah, that's... Yep.
And that's when he says, Mistress Anon, I feel like I've come home. The odd
Right.
thing was the dice had stopped rolling
Rolling in his head. Yeah, so
And that's where it ends, yeah.
something about the inn, I guess. The Wandering Woman.
Well, yeah, I mean, like Mistress Anon will introduce everyone to Q, and then
I was gonna
It's-
say her last name was Amos.
Oh, QAnon? I was imagining Q from Star Trek The Next Generation, but
QAnon. I like it.
Q.
Bye, Ryan.
something just happened at Ryan's house, and I want to know what it was.
Right. I heard talking. All right. Chapter 48 is called "Leaning on the Knife"
It starts with a naked Nynaeve stepping out of a copper tub. I mean, hubba.
and drying slowly. She's enjoying.
yes,
Wow.
let's all slowly
Got a copper
drink.
cup. Oh yeah, she's. Oh yeah. She won't let another woman dress her. She'll dress herself, even though it's hard. That's how it goes.
Right?
Talks to Elaine. So apparently they're in a big, like, anteroom. Like there's
Right,
4
quad,
bedrooms around. Like it's like
It's a
dorm,
quad,
I guess.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, but like a cool quad with like painted ceilings.
So every woman in the Wheel of Time like uses like dress as identity, right? But right now it seems like only Matt cares about whether or not he's wearing like fine shit, or like only Matt thinks about what he's wearing, and everyone else is just like fucking dressing. I think it's gross. Women all are like, oh, how low cut is this, or how tight is this, or how blousy, or whatever, blah blah blah. But the men don't sit there thinking about that shit.
Right, Matt Rand is like, oh, the Aes Sedai are coming. I gotta get my dragon coat. He's not
But
getting
he's-
a Two Rivers coat.
No, he's not. If
He's
he's not
getting a
putting on
dragon
the
coat.
he's not putting on the dragon coat because it shows more fucking chest. He's putting on the dragon coat because it shows power. Like these women are like, how much money? It's just like it's every woman seems to have to go through this shit. It just seems so dumb. Like a rite of passage is to figure out how to dress. Sorry.
What do you think, Josh?
I mean, I think in this case it's a little more particular to Nynaeve. It's like, it's about her coming into her sexuality and her sense of identity. I mean, I agree that it is about identity, but I don't know how much I agree with the first part of your criticism, Ryan. I mean,
Well, I'm wrinkling
it
my
is
neck
true
for you.
that it's transforming, that this is a transformation for her. And I love that she says there are 2 things she doesn't think about. Lan's heavy gold ring laying in her pouch and the Aes Sedai ring on her right hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are static, not in flux. Everything else is in flux. Okay. I'd ask all the ladies in chat what they think, but I think they all left. They hate us.
We hear confirmation that once you're in Tarvalon, you can check out anytime you like, but unless you get the shawl, you can never leave on your own.
Right.
No. Hotel California.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Tarvalon is Hotel California in my head. No. There's palm trees. There is so they're hanging out. The Brigitte there. Brigitte gives a little thing saying, is that why you've been avoiding him like a Chelton flinching from the tax collector? Was that a racist term back in the day? Was that not good? Hotel Tarvalona.
All right, I'm seeing. Okay,
That's
further
so
down. Yeah. There we go. Let's collab. Let's collab, Reese.
She's got pretty boys. She calls men.
Ashaman. All right, yeah.
All right.
Let's
Nadine
go.
in the corner.
Jeez.
I like that Hotel Tarvalona.
Terrible.
This is where we learned that Brigitte did spill the beans to Egwin. So that little secret is at least done with them. Thank God. That was dumb. I understand why she was hiding it, but boy, that was tedious. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, it turns out that Elaine convinced her during their last conversation, which Brigitte didn't seem to walk away having been convinced, but interesting to see that she changed her mind.
Well, it seems that Nynaeve is giving the credit to Egwin. It says, quote, Egwin has grown impressively forceful in her time with the Aiel and put up with little she considered nonsense. Brigitte had actually come back looking chastened.
Right, but she doesn't know about the conversation that Elaine and her warder had that we do know about. So
Yeah, that is correct.
It's
You're
just
right.
another indication of, untrustworthy narration or misinformed, not fully informed narrator.
And Nynaeve, that little minx, she's like, I wish I'd been there when she had told her. Oh man, that would have been so fucking bad seeing her.
Didn't Davern Bashir called Fayo a little minx?
He
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Okay.
That little minx.
Well, if all the women are panthers, maybe a baby panther's a minx.
A minx? Yeah.
Let's see what else. Let's see. There was
There's this bit about the older Aes Sedai hiding something from the younger ones, which obviously is true, and Nynaeve's picking up on it.
right.
I love this bit about Avienda picking up on the old places that Brigitte mentions in passing as she makes comments.
She's like, yeah, I gotta go to this place. What's it called? She's like, never mind. Yeah, but Avienda is like almost taking notes. She's like, oh yeah, you keep mentioning all these rad
All these cool places I've never heard of. What is
Like,
with
yeah, no,
Avienda wearing Western dresses or non-Aiel clothing? It's like, how did this happen, and why now? I'll be honest, I haven't got that figured out.
Well, there was a discussion I think that we glossed over or didn't even touch on where they were talking about scouting, correct? Or is it right here?
It's
But I
right
think
here.
it was-
It's right here,
Oh.
and that's about Ibudari clothing, which is not what she's wearing yet. She was already wearing non-Aiel wise woman clothes in Saladar. Did I just say that in a really weird way? Saladar.
This is salad fire.
It really does. Hey, you know what? Sizzler has it all you can eat.
Saladar.
There you go. What?
You're right.
What?
No, yeah. That was, you age yourself.
Right.
How many children do you have, Dad?
Olive Garden, get back at us. Third episode.
Are there all-you-can-eat salad bars anymore? Did the pandemic ruin all that?
I think
Probably.
Vegas is like still all about that.
All like the Chinese buffets in my town are closed and never open.
That's racist.
All right, we should name things in English instead of Latin. All things change is understanding. No need to dead language, but arrogant.
Well, I would say to you, Morbi Flibendum.
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What? That means I hope your phlegm dies.
Which I'm the antihistamine to your phlegm.
Elaine and Nynaeve get summoned to see Queen Thailand. They're like, yeah, bring all three, bring Avienda too, but they don't really understand that Avienda's not an Aes Sedai, so she's like, well, I wasn't invited. And she's like, you're right, you weren't invited. It was only Aes Sedai. They go to Thailand. Thailand's pretty cool.
I like Thailand. I like this whole conversation. And the kind of like...
Lean back on your knife and let your tongue go free.
Yeah.
Or whatever you say.
The way the floor gets set here, the floor of truth, is really cool. And I like Ibudari. I mean, this made me really interested in like Ibudari culture. And like the sociographic undertones here are really cool.
Nynaeve inadvertently challenges Thailand.
Right.
And saying, well, why the fuck do you talk to Carradine? Why are you even talking to these people? And she's like, oh, jeez. Well.
Let me explain.
Yeah, she's like... in fact, she says... hold on. What? I can't find it. She was like, oh, wow, I told you to... I wouldn't take offense, and Jesus, you really challenged me on that. Okay. She says,
You take me at my word, the queen said quietly. I said let your tongue go, and...
Ooh, well, I mean... all right, well, accidental drink?
is she... Yeah, sure. I'm fine with that.
There's certainly a lot of fingering going on in this chapter.
She thinks for a minute. She's like, I want my son to follow me on the throne of the winds. Beslin is the same age as...
Not a great name for a throne. I just have to say.
Not a great name?
Not a great name for a throne. The throne of the winds. We all have those in our houses now.
It's a fart. It's a fart
That's
chair, right?
Yeah.
Fart chair. So she realizes that she is in a tenuous position. She says, quote, now I thank Pedronile when he arranges for Ilion to take 100 miles outside of Altara instead of invading. I listen to Jacob Carradine, and I do not spit in his eye. However, many Altarans die in the White Cloak War. I listen to Carradine and to Teslin and to Marillo, and I pray that I can pass something to my son instead of being found drowned in my bath on the day Beslin meets with an accident hunting. She's like, well, now that I've bared my breast, quote, now I have stood bare-breasted in the fish
market.
Answer me mine. Why do I have the honor of 4 more Aes Sedai? And they're like, well, we're here for Terangreal. It's the Bowl of the Winds, and this is where we saw it. And she's like, oh, that seems like it's in the freaking rough part of town. We don't even go there, man. Are you sure? She's like, well, well, I can have soldiers go, but then they'll know. Then we'll have the wine.
They'll start a
riots
war
again.
and blah blah blah.
Oh, man, it's nuts. Oh, geez, so hard. I'd love to help, but geez, so hard. And she's like, "Why don't you let the two older Aes Sedai take care of this? They told me about it." She's like, "Well, what?" I'm like, well, they search for something, but whatever. They're like, all right, well, we gotta go. Bye. They leave.
All right, hang on.
Go.
Perhaps you will even be able to explain why the bay is full of seafolk ships that neither dock nor trade. All right, this is getting... How many fucking times have we seen this shit in this book? It's got to be 6, 7 times at this point. And I still feel very suspicious that either one, this is the Sanchen invasion, using the Seafolk ships that we saw from the Sanchen having used the Seafolk Island off the coast of Ranland as their base in the epilogue to 3 books ago. Or something is going on that we don't know about. I'm suspicious that it's the Sanchen because of that connection with what's her name? You always tell me the name, Ryan, and I'm sorry I can never remember it. The female Shanshan who escaped.
Iganan?
No, not Iganan. The Lord.
Tywin?
Turok?
Turok.
Oh, Turok. Yeah, okay.
Lord Turok. That was who we saw
Tywin?
reigning over. Not
Jamie and Cersei's dad.
Not Tupac, not Tuvok, but Turok.
Tuvok?
Biggie?
Yeah, so I do wonder about that since they seem to have taken over that island. And I don't remember the name of the island. I should probably look at the fucking map so that I can remember. But do we even have the map of Ranland in here in this book? Tremalking?
Yeah.
Tremalking, yeah. Someone said that in chat, I think. So yeah, I think they were on Tremalking and they had taken over the port and were watching the Seafolk ships sail away, and she was talking about using them. Thank you, Noman Garden, exactly. And Wadaholic says, yeah, Raffo, right. Read and fuck off. I get it. I'm just saying I'm suspicious, all right?
Well, they have been all along the river Aranin, right?
Yep.
I think.
And this thing that happened with Egwene being kind of tossed off the edge when
They're
she...
like, the passage denied! Hey, according to this, it says that you had a drug conviction when you were 21? Yeah, I did. Ooh, I'm sorry, you're not allowed in Canada. Sorry. Can't go to Canada.
I'm looking pretty buff, Dan. I'm just noticing my arms. I've been working on my arms.
No,
good,
yeah,
I'm
Ryan,
looking pretty fucking buff right now.
You look
great.
You look
Thank
healthy.
You. Thank you. I feel taller.
What's weird is
I've been
your
planking.
eyes are so wide too.
Oh,
and they're like
because I'm on AG1.
They're not like red and glossy. They look clear and pressing.
Yep. No, officer, I've not been smoking or drinking. Look at my clear eyes.
Although it does look like you could be microdosing.
Which, yeah, when am I not?
Or regular.
Can you tell an officer to raffle? Be like, can I see your license registration?
Hey, where are you going? Read and find out. Or you have to.
Read and find out. Yeah.
All right, let's finish this last chapter. I think we're good.
Do you have an articulable... Okay.
Do you have a reasonable articulable suspicion?
Ryan starts to get punchy at 2 hours and 15 minutes into the show. We know that, and he'll derail it continuously.
Is this a consensual discussion?
Well, before we go on, I just want to tell everyone I did find out. This is the scene I was talking about.
You read and found out?
No.
Hi, I'd like to exchange an egg.
All right. Do you guys all see this?
We see it. We hear it.
All right. So that's the code word to get into the rave. I'd like to exchange an egg.
Okay.
All right. All right. Exchange an egg, everyone. You're welcome.
That's
You're welcome.
why I never get in. I always just bring canned food for homeless, and they're like, not today.
Not today.
Canned food, that's right.
Dave, we don't do pork and beans. Hello, vegetarian.
Do we want to do this last chapter?
Soy sausage and beans.
Sausage and beans. No,
Last
we
chapter's
don't.
kind of big.
We don't.
All right, we're
Let's-
gonna 49 was over what we said we were gonna do, so I'm fine to put it off.
Then
It's a fucking
we
good
will
chapter,
have-
though.
Yes, but we're gonna talk a lot about it, so let's hold off. We will do 2 more shows before we are done.
Yes, forever and ever and
Wait,
ever.
we're not gonna finish the whole book?
Yeah, 2 more shows.
Yeah. 2 more shows.
607.
So we are doing next week. Let's do chapters 49 through 52. Well, do you want to finish the whole book? I mean, it's over 100 pages. We didn't even get over 100 pages tonight.
Yeah,
And it's
maybe
not
we
the
need
end
to
of the
do
book.
half. Okay.
Yeah.
So 49 through 52.
And yeah, do not read 53.
Okay.
No.
It
No.
is, 62 pages. So it should sustain you. I said with disdain. It should be satisfied.
All right, yeah, here we go. This is the rant recap by the MaTsDaGger.
MaTsDaGger.
Yeah,
This is the best.
Yeah, we talked about Dirty Dancing, 90210, Smurf Porn, Trump, Delicious or Delirious, Geese, Say Anything, Q for Trek, Hotel California, and Ryan's Puppet Arms Are Jacked, and a lot of jizz talk. Oh, I like this feature, MaTsDaGger.
MaTsDaGger, you just made our show way better.
The rant recap. Now everyone could skip through
recap.
those parts and just, get to the book.
I think
stuff.
we should post that on Twitter after the show, say, here's what you missed.
Now Ryan's got his hotcase. Yes, I'm aware. Shit's about to get real.
Well, it was
You know,
great.
you can tell once you get a whole bunch of POVs in a chapter, you're like,
Okay, things are moving along finally.
all right. It's like Rambo putting on tying his shoes, putting on his
Doing his stripes
bandana,
underneath the.
checking his knife, sewing up his wounds.
So,
Looking forward to it.
So I was listening to the book on just on a speaker in the house, and KayK goes, "Oh, I need to text her," and I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Kate Redding. I need to text her." Yeah, they text. It's amazing.
Ryan,
amazing.
this community is awesome, and I love that everyone they're starting to branch out. Even Joshy Poo. Joshy Poo branching out. I love it. A+ mod, indeed.
A+
Guys.
mod indeed. Thank you,
All
everyone.
right, that's it. That's it. We love you, and we're proud of you. We'll be here next week. We'll do 4 chapters. Next week is going to be awesome, actually. If you know, you know. So please join us if you can. We're going to have a good talk.
All right,
Anytime,
everyone.
we can fuck off.